Welcome back, everyone. I welcome us all to today's class. And as you can see on the screen, this is where we stopped in our last class, which is attributes. And I told us in our last class that whenever we hear the word attributes, what should come to our mind is images and links. Okay, images and links. Attributes allows us to add more information to our web page. Okay, so today we'll be looking at links. And whenever you hear the word links, just know that links allows us to move from one page to another. That's basically what links allows us to do. For example, for most of us that use Facebook here, when you click on profile, you'll just notice that Facebook takes you to your profile page. Okay, so on the back end, behind the scene, they were able to achieve that using attributes, using links. Okay, so those are some of the things we'll be looking at today. We'll be looking at specifically working on links today. So without wasting much of our time, what we'll do here is that I'll just head over here and create a new file. So I'll title this file new page.html. All right, so now mind you guys, you can actually title this file any name you want. Okay, so but in order for us not to be confused, you guys can use new page.html. Okay, so I'll just head over here and close this file. So I'll go straight ahead and create our HTML skeleton. I know by now, if you're not able to do this off heart, then it means you are on a long thing. Okay, so for the sake of some of us using phone, I'll just get rid of this. I wouldn't want to confuse some of us here, so you people won't start asking questions like what's this used for, what's that used for. So don't worry much about all these things. When we get to CSS, that's when I'll be explaining most of these things in details. Okay, so in this new page, we're going to call our h1, and then we're going to write something like working on links. We save, we copy path, and then we paste our path here. Okay, so you can see it working on links. Now basically what I want us to do is that I want us to link this our attribute page. I want us to create a link that by the time we click on that link, it takes us straight towards working on links. All right, so that's what we'll be looking at today. So in order to achieve that, we'll come to our attributes document over here. So we'll come over here. As you can see, it's just the same way the way we stopped at the last class. That's how it is. So in order for us to work on links, there's a tag we used. All right, and that tag is called the anchor tag. And in order for you to call that tag, you just press A on your keyboard. So by the time you press A, you can see it. Good. Is it working? Yes, it's working. So you can see this is our anchor tag right here. All right, this is our anchor tag. So and then if you look inside the anchor tag, it has what? A ref. What this ref means is reference. So basically it's asking you that pass in the URL in here. So URL means universal resource locator. Okay, so it's asking you to pass what? Your URL in here. All right, so since we want to link this new page here, working on links, right? We want to link it. So what we need to do is that we'll come over here to where our files is, and then we right click, and then we copy paths. Now don't forget, you can just type this over here. Inside this ref, you can just type it. You type new page. As you type in new page, it will pop up. You can see it here. Just click on it. Good. I'll just close this over here. So by the time you click on this, so now look at something here. Look up here. So if you see this place now, this is our opening tag for the anchor tag. and then this is the closing, and then this is the closing tag. Okay, this is the closing tag here. So in between the opening and the closing tag, we can decide to write next page. Okay, we can decide to write next page. So we'll save and then we'll refresh. Good. Now we can see our next page here. Our link has been created, but I want this next page, to come down here, to be somewhere here. So how do we do that? We use our tag br, which means break. We'll just apply the break, we'll save, and then we'll refresh. Now you can see our next page is right here. So if I click this next page now, look at what happens. It takes us to our working on links. Okay, it takes us to working on links. So let's say now we are here now, and I want to create another link that will take us back to that attribute page. What we need to do is that we just need to come back to, open the document for the new page, and then we'll come here, just press. You don't have to space your work, but I love spacing my work. So we'll just press A, which is our anchor tag. Press our anchor tag, and then we pass in this attribute.html. So right here you can type it. You can decide to copy it, and then you can decide to type it. Attribute.html. Look at it here. Attribute.html. So right here we just write. We can decide to write go back. We'll save, and then we'll refresh. Now you can see that our link has been created. Now if you click on this, now go back, it takes us back to our attribute page. If you click on next page, it takes us to working on links. You click go back, it takes us back to this place. Now I know some of us now be asking questions that, okay, is it only our document file here that we can actually link? The answer is no. Okay, we can actually decide. You can decide to pass in your Facebook here, or you can decide to pass in Google, okay, .com. All right, if I save and I refresh, if I click on next page, okay, sorry, this is where I'm supposed to change, not the other way. So if I decide to write google.com, all right, google.com. If I save and I refresh, by the time I click on next page, you can see it's supposed to take us to Google, but I'm not connected to internet right now. You see, so you can actually pass in whatever URL you want to pass in here. Okay, it must not be the only files here. You can copy any link and just paste it here. By the time you click on next page, it takes you straight to that page. Okay, so that will be the end of our class today, and see you guys in the next class. Thank you.